Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order for the Whitley County Local Board hearing for March the 10th, 2026. Local board members present are April Tackett.
Mike Hippenhammer.
And Jenny Middleton.
We have one renewal on the list of DL 92-31930. GSL Petroleum Incorporated, doing business as GSL Petroleum, 314 South Main Street, Columbia City. Renewal with no violations.
To approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. No one's here to oppose. No one's here to remonstrate for or against that renewal. The next permit we have on the list is RR 9243447. This is a new 209 beer, wine, and liquor outside the city limits. Timothy May Estate LLC, doing business as?
Timothy May State LLC.
What's going to be the business name of the place?
That's the name of the business. Yeah.
Okay. All right, sir, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. State and spell your name for the record.
My name is Adam Foreman, ADAM, P as in Paul, OORMAN.
And what are you with the company?
I am the sole owner of Timothy May Estate LLC.
What is the principal nature of this business?
Principal nature of the business is a private wedding and formal event venue.
Okay, and if you could, sir, please explain to the local board members exactly where and when you posted your orange sign notice for the business.
The orange sign was posted on February 26th, February 26th, 2026. And it was placed on the front of the building on the roadway side.
And you have your affidavit for your notice posting with you? Go ahead and explain to the board members about this permit.
Perfect. Do you mind if I hand you you guys want
packets of
information? I'm happy to share it with you. I wasn't sure. Do you want it as well? I don't know how many people.
Just a few of us.
Made a bunch, yeah.
Thank you.
I have a site map in there.
It doesn't have the.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. Did that have the alcohol service document as well?
The alcohol service resources
Alcohol
and
service resource
policy.
and policy, perfect. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so the nature of the permit request is obviously to request a three-way alcohol service for the facility for the private wedding and events venue. The type is a type 209 with a catering hall designation, new application number RR 9243447. Timothy May Estate is a private wedding and event venue designated for private formal events. It's important to note that the venue is not a bar or a tavern. It's not a public social gathering event venue. The property will not be open to the public. It is not open on a daily basis, so it will not be available for walk-in services of any kind, which would include alcohol service. Instead, alcohol service would strictly occur only for designated private events that were contracted and purchased by contracted clients only as part of their event. We anticipate or we project roughly one event per week throughout the wedding season, and then off-peak wedding season is going to be a little bit less than that, but on average, one event per week. So roughly 40 to 60 events per year is what we are projecting. And alcohol service is projected to be somewhere between 75 and 80% of those events that would be contracted for that service. With respect to alcohol service controls, so obviously I take this very seriously. As the sole owner of the venue, my name is on the building. And I also live on the property where the venue is as well. So it is very specific that safety and efficacy are kept paramount. So alcohol service controls are very strictly managed. So all alcohol service will be professionally managed and controlled by licensed and certified staff. Alcohol will be served only by trained staff, and guests will not have unrestricted access to alcohol for any reason. Operational procedures would include ID verification for guests who appear well under the legal drinking age, and visible identification such as wristbands or stamps are also utilized as appropriate. Staff will be trained to monitor alcohol consumption and refuse service as necessary, and alcohol service which is specifically stopped prior to the event end date. So there's specific parameters in place when alcohol service will open and close. So because of these structural private events, alcohol service is certainly more controlled than a normal open daily bar, restaurant type of establishment. From a safety and security standpoint, during every event, there will be venue staff present overseeing all operations, which would include alcohol service. Events will follow clear operational guidelines, including designated event start and stop times, suspension and supervised alcohol service, controlled access to the property, and adequate on-site parking, more than adequate on-site parking for all guests. Additionally, because the venue operates on a reservation and private basis rather than public traffic, there is no late night public activity or walk-in traffic that would be expected as part of the venue activity. Location sustainability and location variability. So the property is located on a rural agricultural area of Whitley County, as you drove by, which provides a setting which is well suited for kind of a rural event venue setting for weddings. The site has several advantages within its location with minimal impact. So it's located on a large parcel of land. There's substantial separation from surrounding residencies. It's well outside of a permitted range of distance from a school or a church or any neighborhood residences, community areas, things of that nature. There's ample on-site parking for the size of the venue. So we completely restrict on-road parking or any road traffic of any kind. And then there's controlled driveway access as well to the facility. So because of these characteristics, the property allows events to occur without creating congestion or disruption to the surrounding roadways, residences, or community. This also provides a little bit of a community benefit. So with wedding and events, it also will procure employment for local caterers, florists, security, things like that would benefit the community of having these types of vendors participate in the event venue as it relates to that, rental companies, bakeries, etc. So we think that there's a marginal community benefit as well. And then from lastly, responsible ownership. So again, as the sole owner of the establishment, I take it very seriously. As you may or may not tell with our verified policies that we have in place for our activities. I have experience, I don't have experience in the wedding event industry specifically, but over the last 16 years, I have been a global director of marketing and events management for a large healthcare organization. So organizing large scale events and organizing catering and alcohol and service and that type of stuff is certainly something that I have a lot of experience with. So I take it very seriously in making sure that I'm applying those practices and policies to my own business in my own home. So with that, I'll pause there to see if there are any questions from the panel with respect to the activities that we plan.
I do not have any questions. I like the fact that it's going to actually do the wristbands to age check, which a lot of people don't do in this area.
How many people do you think approximately you may be employing for alcohol service?
So we planned, based on the size of the event to, our events are maxing out at 300 guests at the largest event. So
Okay.
with 300 guests, we would have at least 3 bartenders
Mhm.
as part of that. And then we have our on-site staff that will have at least 3 to 4 staff hands to help move tables and chairs. And then we have a director of events that will be an on-site coordinator as the supervision of all the employed services.
So are you expecting with these events, customers walking up to a bar area or waiter and waitresses at the table service or both,
It'll be a
depending on the
mixture of
event?
both. Yeah, depending on the event, if they want a more plated dinner and service dinner, we'll have table service as an example. But there is a designated bar area with a countertop that guests can walk up to and receive service from a bartender.
Okay.
Yeah. We also have a thorough bar alcohol service resource policy. So whether we employ bartenders as part of our venue or we commission vendored services, we have a list of licensed and local bartending services that provide licensed and certified bartenders. Those services also provide training for when we hire our staff to provide training to our services or our bartenders or our staff to train on bartending and become licensed as well. As it relates to event security, we also have a plan for event security. So I am a huge proponent of commissioning off-duty police officers for security service for the venue. So again, depending on size of the event, we would commission, and we have a list of resources and where to contact off-duty police officers for security purposes that will do overall event security, crowd monitoring, traffic control as necessary from the local jurisdictions of Whitley County Police and Sheriff, as well as Northeast Indiana or Fort Wayne.
Have you been in the alcohol business at all before?
Not personally.
Okay.
I worked for a company that engaged with the alcohol service for our events. So
Okay.
I would need to schedule them. I would need to plan alcohol service, organize security, organize staff for those events. Yeah, but I didn't own the businesses that
Mhm.
operated those events.
Okay, so some of the rules that we have are the permit premise has to keep copies of all the employee permits and all of their server training certificates. So you have something in place like that if you're going to be using someone else's employees, but basically you employing them for that event.
Correct.
They'll have to bring their stuff. You'll have to keep everything.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's part of our vendor policy.
Okay.
So all of our vendors that we utilize are supposed to be certified and insured, whether it's food or alcohol.
Mhm.
And then we keep documentation of who the employees are by name and title, as well as their certification, and we keep that on record
Okay.
with our facility.
Mhm.
Correct.
And beer, wine, and liquor wise, that you have to order from distributors and wholesalers.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, it's well outlined on the ETC guide.
Okay. Well, you'd be surprised, some people. All right, anything else?
No, any other questions for me?
Mhm.
Nope.
Thank you so much for the time.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor of the approval signify by saying aye. Aye. No one's here to oppose. No one's here to remonstrate. All right, anything else you need to?
No, ma'am.
All right, 1:15, we will call the meeting adjourned.
All right.
Thank you so much for the time.
No
You're
problem.
welcome.